One of the best things to come out of The Mandalorian Season 2, Luke Skywalker. One of the best things to come out of the Book of Boba Fett, ironically again, it is Luke Skywalker. The difference, of course, is that this time around, Luke's face looked gorgeous, beautiful, and absolutely stunning. I remember at the time when the Mandalorian finale came out and Luke made his cameo. We were all caught up with Luke's cameo, so much so that I remember making a video that I don't care that Luke's face looks kind of janky. It was just the sheer presence, the sheer comeback of the marvelous Jedi. After seeing Luke like a curmudgeon old man in the sequels, we were all happy to see a young Luke Skywalker back in action. But unlike Luke's brief cameo in The Mandalorian, this time around in the Book of Boba Fett, he had a much larger presence and a bigger role to play. In fact, Episode 6 mostly focused on Luke Skywalker and Grogu. With more screen time for Luke Skywalker, of course, came many more challenges. In The Mandalorian, he came out for a very short amount of time, so this in turn gave leeway to the creators to use shortcuts and such. For this episode though, they knew that they had to bring out the big guns. So today we're going to talk about what is the real reason that Luke's face looks absolutely perfect, 99.9% close to the real deal, how Mark Hamill looked 40 years ago. Well, let's start by revealing who actually played Luke Skywalker, who was his body double and such, the face. In The Mandalorian, they used special effects to de-age Mark Hamill. It seems that they used some sort of a technology close to deepfake, but I don't think it was so. Max Lloyd Jones served as Luke's stand-in, as his younger body. As for the character's voice, they actually used Mark Hamill's older voice and then de-aged his voice, which a lot of us were surprised of, and made it sound exactly how Luke would sound in Return of the Jedi. This time around, it was completely different. According to the credits of the Book of Boba Fett Episode 6, Mark Hamill did return to play Luke Skywalker, however, listed as his stunt double was Scott Lang. He was credited as the Jedi. So when their action scenes, Scott Lang is in place, but Graham Hamilton served as the performance artist. So they used multiple people to bring young Luke back into the fold. Lloyd Jones was not used this time around, but he did have a small role in the previous episode where he played Lieutenant Reed. We can all assume that once again, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni used Mark Hamill's 70-year-old voice to actually give the voiceover for his younger self, then take the voice, de-age it, make it sound younger. This has to be done for Luke, unlike Corey Burton, for example, who is listed as Cad Bane's voice actor in the credits, meaning that he has now voiced Cad Bane both in the animated series and in live action. But Luke Skywalker undeniably looks better in the Book of Boba Fett than in The Mandalorian. Many thought that this has to do with the performance artist, Max Lloyd Jones, while a very good Luke Skywalker stand-in. Perhaps that was the reason why Luke looked kind of weird in The Mandalorian Season 2 finale. So is the real reason Luke looks great in the Book of Boba Fett because of the actor used or because of something else? Well, I think undoubtedly it is Lucasfilm hiring Shamook, the YouTuber that made a deepfake of Luke Skywalker immediately after the cameo came out in The Mandalorian. Lucasfilm used de-aging technology, bringing back Mark Hamill and inserting a young face. They did this with Tarkin and with Leia in Rogue One, but CGI involves 3D work as well. It is pretty complicated to go in, but deepfakes do not use 3D. They actually use imagery, and this is what Shamook did. I can assume that every single one of you have seen the viral video that he uploaded almost a year ago. Immediately it went viral, and it shows side by side Luke Skywalker's original face in The Mandalorian and now an improved deepfake by Shamook. Lucasfilm of course saw this potential, and now we understand why they hired Shamook, because they were planning to create an episode in the Book of Boba Fett devoted solely to Luke and Grogu training together. Since they had this in mind, they knew that they needed to perfect Luke's face even more so than in The Mandalorian. You can imagine how encouraging this is to Star Wars fans, because if the last episode was any indication, is that Luke is officially back. I honestly think that they could create an entire movie around Luke Skywalker and they wouldn't have to skip a beat. Mark Hamill would provide the voice, while stunt doubles and performance artists could play Luke Skywalker in this form as he was in the Book of Boba Fett, it wouldn't look weird at all. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered into a new phase of filmmaking. People can now come back as their younger self and not really hesitate. The studios aren't hesitating either. And to the credit of Lucasfilm and Disney, the revitalized young Luke Skywalker with his improved deepfake face, it shows that Lucasfilm and Disney are willing to listen to criticism and respond positively. They weren't satisfied with just bringing Luke in The Mandalorian. They wanted to perfect their craft even more, and that's why they hired the YouTuber Shamook, who clearly made a difference in this new episode. He updated the face of Luke significantly, and this in turn led to more screen time in the Book of Boba Fett. I remember the comments on my review. Everybody praised the updated Luke Skywalker face in this episode and his performance. It really looked like young Mark Hamill, which is a great sign for Lucasfilm and possibly for them to involve Luke in future Star Wars shows and episodes, possibly maybe in the Ahsoka show as well. That's going to be great to see. But guys, let me know, what did you think about Luke's appearance in the Book of Boba Fett, and are you excited to see guys like Shamook get hired by these studios? Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now you can have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you. Until then.